Think for yourself. Question authority.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, obviously a lot has happened since the last Bayonetta 3 video we did, but I want to make it clear that I am picking up Bayonetta 3 and I will be playing it live on my live channel this Saturday. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description to my live channel and we can have some fun after this whole fiasco now is over with Bayonetta 3. Now, if you recall my last video, I was not, in fact, boycotting Bayonetta 3. I said it's up to you to do what you want with your money, but I was on the fence waiting for more information because I've been a fan of Hellena Taylor for over 10 years, or about 10 years now, from her work for Bayonetta and voicing the character. I really liked the work that she did, so I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt and wait for more information before deciding whether or not I was going to buy the game. And I was, like I said, on the fence until recently when there was that first update from Bloomberg saying that she was in fact offered more money. There was a back and forth there going on and she wasn't entirely truthful from what they said. And now she herself has come out and said it, that she in fact was not entirely truthful, even though she didn't say in those words. But basically, if you look at her Twitter page, just in the last day or so, she's had a bunch of tweets talking about PlatinumGames and really toxic, actually, when you look at how badly she talked about them. Not to say that necessarily PlatinumGames is a great company or the higher ups are a great company or part of a great company. Really, a lot of these corporations are, you know, they do have people who are just out to get money and are greedy. That is true. However, the way she did it in this situation was pretty bad because she lied basically by omission, by not saying that she was actually offered $10,000 at first. Then she declined it, negotiated, and they offered her $15,000, and then she declined that as well. And then she didn't hear from them for 11 months, almost a year. Then they finally offered her one last chance to come back and reprise her role as a cameo, because by that time they likely already got Jennifer Hale to do the voice and all the lines that they had to do for the game, and they probably wanted her to come in as a cameo because I'm thinking that there might be something to do with the story here with Bayonetta possibly being a different Bayonetta from Bayonetta 1 and 2. If you look at the original trailer for Bayonetta 3, it showed Bayonetta basically dying at the hands of the enemy there that she was fighting. So this could be a new iteration of Bayonetta, henceforth a new voice would make more sense in this case, but showing the original Bayonetta in a cameo appearance to let you know that there's like 3 different types of Bayonettas in 3 different time periods. Whatever kind of story they're doing, obviously there's lots of time travel and fantasy stuff going on there with the story. We don't know until we play it, right? So she basically made it look like in her tweets that she was offered $4,000 as a flat rate and that was it. But that wasn't the whole case. It was $4,000 as a flat rate for just her cameo appearance for a few lines, which kind of a decent amount of money for just a couple lines or in a cameo appearance, you would think. That's not to say that I think that $15,000 is enough money. I think for a lead main role in a video game of this caliber and, you know, being pushed by Nintendo, that the lead main voice actor should be offered more money than $15,000, and they should be offered royalties on top of that for some sales that, you know, go on for the game. For every sale, she should get a small percentage at least, right? But usually that's not the case with voice actors. They're given their rate for their job and that's it, and they move on to the next job. But for a game like this, I think that voice actors should be given some kind of percentage of the profits made from the game because that's their work and their voice is continually being used over and over and over again. So that aside though, her lying by omission here is shameful. It's really, really bad. She is in the wrong here, and I don't approve of that whatsoever. So I, of course, will be supporting Bayonetta 3, and I'll be buying it. That is not to say that I'm a fan of Hideki Kamiya or really a fan of where PlatinumGames has been going in the past year or plus or so with their quality of efforts in their games. That's not to say that. But I've been looking forward to Bayonetta 3 for 5 years, so I'm definitely going to be buying it and playing it. I'm excited for it. My concerns for that game versus this are 2 separate things. I talked about it in my last video. I do think the art style is not quite as good as Bayonetta 2. There's a lot more grandiose and beautiful art, in my opinion, from Bayonetta 2 that didn't quite translate yet from what I've seen in the footage of Bayonetta 3. Again, I haven't played it, but we will be playing it live this Saturday to find out all the intricacies of that game. I'm excited, but I do have some concerns, like I said in my last video. Hopefully those will be remedied after we play the game in full. That aside though, after this situation happened, if you take a step back and think about the initial reaction, it's kind of natural for fans of Bayonetta and for fans of Hellena Taylor to have that initial reaction of support for her being wronged by the big corporation or bigger corporation or corporation in general for her not being paid enough money for her work. Now, this was also backed up by the fact that other voice actors came out and voiced their displeasure or opinions on the matter, saying that they also are not getting paid enough themselves. Very, very low amounts of money for voice acting. So when you see all that happen, it's easy to have all that support just go instantly for Hellena Taylor there. People are wanting to boycott the game. People are saying, let's go all in and boycott it, not buy it and everything. And I totally understand that. And I think that was a natural reaction. Then you had the other side of the coin where people were saying, oh, let's wait for more information, of course. And they were on the side of PlatinumGames, kind of shilling for a corporation a little bit there, right? Which I don't support either. And basically saying right off the bat that they were suspicious of her, and obviously rightfully so, because she was in fact not telling the whole truth. But here's where things get dicey with the fans here. If you remember, when people were saying, I'm going to boycott this game, I'm not buying it, with that initial reaction, people who said they were not going to boycott the game and were, not against this, or they're going to go ahead and buy it, they were not going and attacking people for saying they're going to boycott the game. They said, that's your choice. If that bothers you, you don't have to buy the game, but I will. I'm going to enjoy it. I've been waiting to play the game. There was that response at first. Then the second response was when this information came out, and then the information from Bloomberg came out, that people then changed their tune, because then you had people coming to the attack measure against the people who said they're going to boycott the game, basically saying, see, I told you, you should have waited, you jumped the gun, how dare you do that, you should apologize to PlatinumGames, or you should basically be held accountable for saying you're going to boycott the game. So I don't agree with that attitude, because we're all humans. We all have reactions. We want to support people like this, like the actress and things like that. So either way, if you were supportive or not supportive of Hellena Taylor, I don't think anybody should be attacked for making a decision based on a natural human reaction of support or non-support for the individual or the corporation in this matter. Because either way, one side could have been right and one side could have been wrong, whether it was Hellena Taylor or PlatinumGames in this instance. Voice actors did come out and say that they were paid this low amount of money for their work for entire games. So it was not like it was something that was never heard before. Lots of support came out for Hellena Taylor from other voice actors when this happened. So it could very well have been correct that Hellena Taylor was telling the truth here, and that she was not going to be paid the amount of money that she wanted, and it was only $4,000. That could have been true. So if that was the case, then what? The other side would have been right, and other people would have been saying, "Oh, you should have boycotted the game. You shouldn't support it." No, the answer is that everybody has a choice to make, and it's your choice whether or not you want to buy the game. It's my choice whether I want to buy the game, or if you want to support PlatinumGames, if you want to support Hellena Taylor, or none of the matter. Basically, as more information came out about this, it makes sense that people would adjust their opinions based on the information. And it's a natural human response to want to support the person who seems to be the victim here. She blew it. She made a huge mistake. And like I said, that's why I was on the fence about it. So the sad thing is that people who have been wronged in the future, when this does happen again, because it most likely will, probably will not get supported by the basic fan base out there, by it, because of this situation that she did. And lied about this amount of money that she was being offered by PlatinumGames. That's the unfortunate part about it. However, attacking each other as a fan base, I don't think that's correct. Should not be doing that. If you were against the whole situation, or if you were for it, whatever it was, when the initial reaction happened, that's fine. That's your choice. But for people to lord it over and saying, I was right in my guess, I was right in my guess, so I'm going to hold it against you that your guess was wrong and my guess was right. Because that's the whole thing. It was all guesses. No one knew for sure until more information came out. So the initial reaction for the fans was natural, especially if you're a fan of this character and this series and her work. It's natural to feel disappointed and maybe even defensive for her sake, to want to come to her aid because you've been following her for a long time, like me, for example. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Now we can just buy the game and play it guilt-free, right? Because there's nothing here that was necessarily wrong done by PlatinumGames, unless you want to say that they didn't offer enough for 15K, which I don't think was quite enough. I think probably she should have been offered more money than 15,000 for an entire AAA game here, or supposed AAA game by Nintendo being offered to the audience and their fan base, a character that has become pretty popular, especially since being in Smash Brothers and becoming a well-known name throughout the video game industry, Bayonetta. So whether you agree or disagree, it's fine. You can do so without attacking each other for making a guess and having your guess be right. It's one of those things where either side could have been right, guys. So whatever happened, it didn't matter. You choose one side or you choose no side, you are right because you have the right to make that choice. You shouldn't be judged wrongly for that. Okay? So that's basically the point for that. I will be buying the game and I'll be playing it, like I said, and hopefully it's good because I want to have a really good and fun Bayonetta game. And this might be the final game in the trilogy, so I hope it goes out with a bang. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button. I'll talk to you very soon in the next video. Have a great day.